Ashava is down, baby! Yes, it's doable, guys. Yes, there's a lot of nerfs in the server slam. There is a lot of builds that we wished to completely destroy Ashava with, but now we can't. And on top of that, we're 5 level under their actual boss fight. So it is really, really tough, but don't fret, it's possible. The only thing I need to say is if you are not level 20, please, for the love of God, do not attempt to help trying to kill Ashava. You are not doing a service to anybody. You're actually doing a disservice to everybody because you're taking up a spot that might be better for damage or even survivability, because it is freaking tough. It's not easy to defeat Ashava level 20, even if it's on world tier 1. It's really, really tough. I just did it again and it was like 30 seconds left on the timer. But it's doable. So if you see this video, please take a second and reconsider before going to your Ashava. Finish your quests first, finish the dungeons, get to level 20, and then attempt it. Try to go on maxroll.gg, get the leveling guide that they have, and then use the guide for the Ashava kill. It's super simple and it works. Alright, so this was the first attempt of the day. 13 seconds left. We had more than 20% of her life. It was impossible to be done, that's for sure. We had a couple of, under level at the end. Some level 20 came in to try to save it, but there was nothing to be done. And I was also on a build that I hadn't done myself, and that wasn't really working either. So what I did, I switched. I went on maxroll.gg and looked at the Fire Sorceress Firewall build, and it was really, really good. So today's video, I'm just gonna do a review of it and let you know how good it was, because I have the footage. We're done with it. Ashava is dead, and the ticks on the actual maxroll.gg guide for the sorceress was doing 500, 600 ticks, which was really, really great. So let's go and take a look at what is the build. Alright, so here's the build that we've used here to be able to defeat Ashava. We are gonna go with full fire and the ice shield. So we're not gonna use any secondary, we're just gonna pump 5 skill points into Fireball to be able to get a lot of output damage with glinting and enhanced Firebolt. Basically, we're gonna get a little bit more critical strike, and this is what we want. We're not gonna get anything here as a core skill, but we do gonna get the ice armor. We can take mystical ice armor, but we can come back to it later and take it out for something else. We are gonna take some passives. The passives that we took is glass cannon to be able to output a little bit more damage. The Hydra for summoned Hydra and enhanced Hydra, because it's really good for the damage. Once again, we took 2 more points into glass cannon and this one here, and then we went for the firewall with firewall enhanced and the mage's firewall. This is what is going to be the most amount of damage that we're going to put, because we're going to dish out a lot of damage with it. I took out, I think, the second tree for the armor, and I went on a full firewall build, so I was trying to output the most damage possible. So this is the build in itself. It's also on maxroll.gg. There's a link in the description if you want to see it. Really, really easy to use, really fun. So basically, you are going to use your firewall as long as you have 30 mana and over, and when you are 30 mana and under, you are going to spam your Firebolt. And every once in a while, you're going to put down your Hydra to be able to dish out damage. And with the items that you have here, or that you're going to see, basically the ice armor is going to give us a barrier, and the barrier is also going to help us dish out more damage. And this is how it's actually going to look. Also, I didn't tell you, but I do have an amulet that gives me +1 to all my defensive skills, so that's why I did not put a point into teleport nor into the flame shield. That's why I was able to put way more skill points into firewall instead. So what I've used is teleport on the right click, and then flame shield to be able to get that immune for 2 seconds to be able to get out of these situations. We got also ice armor on the first bar in the queue, as you can see here. The ice armor is used in conjunction with trying to get a damage mitigation, but on top of that, whenever you have a barrier, because of the ring that we got from finishing the campaign, is basically every time I have a barrier and Ashava is vulnerable, so you see on her health bar, if you see a little bit of purple hue in the outer health bar, as you can say, as of right now she has purple. It's because she's vulnerable. Someone is applying a vulnerable state onto Ashava, and every time she's vulnerable and we have our ice shield on, we are going to do 12% more damage. And then with the glass cannon we can take 18% more damage just because of that passive. So as you can see there, they stack 30%. I think it's multiplicative, even it's not even just additive, so correct me if I'm wrong, but the damage was way better like that. This is the variation that I've used because I had a amulet with +1 to defensive skills, and I was able to save a point on teleport and save a point on flame shield. That's why I'm dishing out a little bit more damage than usual. But what you can do is basically the same thing as the actual guide. Alright, so once again, this is the skill point allocation. You can pause it to be able to see exactly what you need to do. I feel it's really good. It works really fine. In my case, like I said, I had a +1 defensive skill, so I didn't put a point into flame shield or into teleport. Instead, I put them into glass cannon for that 12%, even I think it was 18% more damage, because I also did have to put another one into Firewall since I've already had a piece of item that was given it to me. What's really important in my opinion is the playstyle. So as you can see, Hydra, whenever the one expires, whenever you are over 30 mana, you can use your firewalls, and if you are less than 30 mana, you can use your firebolts. On top of that, you can dish out your ice shield whenever you need to protect yourself and you need to do more damage, especially if Ashava is fully stunned. If she's fully stunned, pop your shield, do all the firewalls you can, and try to beat her out. As you can see, we're dealing 300, 300, 340, 380, up to 400. At one point, we're doing even 500 ticks, so that was really good. Before we go on with the actual fight and the mechanics of it, how to avoid them, I just want to say thank you. And if you really want to support this channel, you can just like, comment, and subscribe to be able to help me. It's a free, fantastic way to support this channel. And on top of that, I can know if you actually killed Ashava. So let me know in the comment if you did. Like, type down Ashava if you did, and I'll know for sure. Also, if you subscribe, you get a chance to win a copy of Diablo 4 when it comes out on June 1st. If you haven't seen this video, Ashava World Boss Server Slam Level 20 guide, please go and take a look at it also. It is the guide that I've done before actually trying to defeat Ashava, and this is really fun because now I can see which of the thing that I said was bad and which one were good. Fortunately, everything I said was okay in the actual video, but the thing is, if you really want to be the most certain to be able to defeat Ashava, just use the guides. I've said it also in the video, use the Maxwell video guides. They are really fantastic, and it's not sponsored, by the way. So let me show you now a little bit of the gameplay of the fight, how to do it exactly. My point was to really be the closest to her always. As soon as she does an attack, get the actual firewall underneath her. As you can see, the enchantment sometimes procs, so you get a little bit more damage. Try to be really close to her, because when she does this attack, you can just evade it right in front of her and you won't get touched. It's really easy. On top of that, you get your flame shield, which gives you 2 seconds of immunity, and you get your teleport, which will be able to let you actually close the gap between you and Ashava whenever you need to get a little bit closer when she leaps like this. So when she leaps, you can use your teleport. I don't know if I have used it here. I don't think I did. Yeah, I just wanted to actually evade this one because I knew it was a little bit too late, but right after that, I use my teleport to get really close to her. If you see something on the ground like this, try to evade it. If not, use your shield. The flame shield, like I said, gives you 2 seconds of immunity, and the ice shield is going to give you more damage, and on top of that is also really good for mitigating a little bit of damage. So as you can see here, we're trying to teleport the most of the time using the firewall when we have a lot of mana, and put up the hydras whenever we are healthy, so 80% and life and more. Whenever it's out, we put it back on with the firewalls and try to use the ice shield whenever we can. In this particular instance, as you can see in the minimap, we were only 4 or 5 people. People came in, came out. There were like level 13 people. That was really frustrating. But once we got the pace and we had more people coming in at level 20, that's when everything changed. One more thing, if you feel that you are not going to make it stay until the end. You never know what's gonna happen. I really thought that we were not going to make it. Like right now we are 6 minutes 45 seconds in, and not even half of her health was done yet. So we were way more than half time, but not half health. So, and we still were able to make it. So do not discourage yourself. Do not give up, because it's doable. Now I'm just jumping ahead. We had a little bit more people, level 20, more Sorcs, 18, 19. That's also very good. As long as you're not like 16 or 15 or like 13, please don't come. We don't like this. So as you can see here, now 3 minutes left. We had 5 minutes left, so that was a third of the time, and we're not even at half health. Now that the pace was up, and then we got a stunt, we went with the firewalls, with the actual ice shield, dishing out a little bit more damage. As you can see here, 500, 400, 520, 600 at the end also. So this is where it counts. Like whenever you are able to build up a lot of damage, the Ashava is always vulnerable. We had a good also a rogue that came in and applied vulnerability a lot of the time. He was dishing out a lot of damage too, so that was really, really good. Basically just don't lose hope, because you can make it. And there you go, guys. It's really doable. We had 30 seconds left on the clock, but we did it. We were really, really coming from behind, but it is doable. Do not fret. If you need any help, please let me know in the comments. Send me a message. I'll try to reply and come on your game. I have only that to do for the rest of the day, so please let me know in advance and I'll come and help you out. My name is Ghost of Red Seas. If you did like this kind of content, please leave a like, a comment, and a subscription. It is a free and fantastic way to help this channel, and I'll be 100% and infinitely grateful for it. Thank you very much, guys, and until next time.